Well, good day and happy New Year's from Bayou Bbq. Starting off great. The year is going really well for me. I'm just coming back from a drop-off catering event for some oil field workers. So that's my first one, actually second one. I did another one where I dropped off some sandwiches, but I didn't actually come on site. Today I was actually on site out here with these guys working, and I wish I'd have known that I was coming out here on site. These guys didn't have any covered place to eat, no covered place for me to set up, so I had to bring my table out along with my chafing dishes and stuff because I still don't have my mobile kitchen yet. It's on the way, but I wish I'd have brought something warm for them to drink. The food was definitely hot, but I think a better menu for them out here in the snow at 11 degrees would have been like some gumbo or some chicken and potato spicy soup or something like that. Something to warm them up, but also not.
In 1 mile, turn right onto West 1000 North.
See, I gotta get the directions to get back out of here because there's a point coming through these mountains where my cell service actually died. So that was kind of worrisome. I had to stop or flag down a truck that was coming out to get directions and make sure I was on the right path. And luckily I was, because as I said, we're all the way back winding through this little canyon here. It's not a spot you want to break down or be lost because it's cold out there right now. But I did want to talk about a couple of things that I noticed when it came to a few things doing this food business. I see a lot of videos of other people doing catering, especially just some regular, what I would call backyard catering people. They usually price their food 3 times the cost. And I don't think that's enough. Now, some of these people who I'm talking about who say price it 3 times cost, they're mostly working with cash. So when it comes time to do taxes, I don't know what they're reporting. But when it comes down to pricing food, I use 5 times cost, preferably 4 times cost if I have to get to a number that's reasonable, and 3 times cost only if it's going with something else or I'm trying to get some business for another occasion. Because
turn right onto West 1000 North, then turn right onto West 4075 North.
You have to remember you got to deal with traveling, your utensils, all your perishable stuff.
At the stop sign, turn right onto West 4075 North.
I gotta calculate in all of your aluminum.
In 6.9 miles, take a slight right turn onto West Bluebell Road.
And then the major thing that's gonna get you is the taxes. You got local taxes, you got your state taxes, then federal taxes. So if you haven't charged enough, you actually end up like with pennies being made. So I try to make sure I'm charging 4 to 5 times cost to where it'll be profitable enough to do what's necessary. And some items are cheaper than others, but that's right, you really have to take the time to itemize your items and really figure out the cost for each and everything that you're using. All your perishables, your aluminums, your foil, all of those things have to come into play, whether you track it on a monthly basis or a by usage event basis. You need to know how much this stuff is costing you and then price it accordingly, because once again, it don't make no sense to do 10 different catering jobs and make a couple $100. You could do that. You might as well go to McDonald's and do that. So I always, once again, look to try to do 4 to 5 times, and you have to price accordingly. So one thing that'll help you do that is to buy stuff in bulk and to buy stuff on sale. I happen to be lucky, like in, I think it was September or so, briskets went on sale half price. I bought about 20 of them. Okay, so anytime stuff is on sale that you need to purchase it. Even though you don't need it right now, it will more than make up its cost later on. So that brings me to another point, which is let your business pay for itself, especially if you're in a bad financial way. You don't want to put nothing on credit or borrow or go get a loan for stuff if you're just starting out. So far, since I've started in August, I guess August, September, you want to call it, my menu has whittled down from probably 20 or 30 different things to only a few things, because I'm learning the market as I go. So before I go invest in a trailer or a truck, I need to know that I have a viable product, 1. 2, I have consumers that will continue to purchase and fund my business. And thirdly, I need to have margins on the items that I get, and it doesn't kill me to get those items. Like, give you a great example. I do Bayou Bbq, so I do Louisiana stuff. But in order to get andouille sausage, if I buy it from some of the online shops and have them ship it, it's gonna be way more expensive for me, which means that cost goes into the customers. So I don't have the actual andouille sausage all the time, but I have to find a substitute that's reasonable that will allow me to charge a reasonable price. Because if I go super authentic with everything, it wouldn't be affordable for the customer, or it wouldn't be profitable for me. So be sure to make your menu, break down your menu cost for each item and then for each meal. So when I do my meal pricing, that's how I do it. So I just finished doing a low country boil, seafood or shrimp boil for these oil workers. I had to get it down to almost the penny of how much it cost me for the shrimp, how much it cost me for the crab boil, how much it cost me for the potatoes, the sausage, the corn, every item. So what I did to make it easier, I bought everything that I needed all at one time. So I'm gonna say that again. I bought everything I needed for the event at one time, because that way now I could take those receipts, total that up, and divide it by the number of heads of people that I was feeding to come up with a per person cost. Now when I'm delivering, I also charge 50 cents a mile, and that's round trip. It's easier than having to come up with just give a flat fee. It's easier. 50 cents a mile from wherever when I leave my house to the destination. That's why I ask people on my catering form, give me the address, because when I put the address in, now I can calculate the actual mileage and how much I charge them for delivery. That's 50 cents a mile for delivery one way. Round trip, or you can say round trip, it's 25 cents a mile total, so however you want to do it. But you have to make sure that you're making enough money when you're doing
In 1 mile, take a slight right turn onto West Bluebell Road.
Otherwise, there's no point, because you'll give some probably great food for a little while, and then afterwards, you're not going to have enough money. You're not going to be seeing enough profit for the effort that you're putting in. And when you're really sitting there by the stove, and see, for me, I'm a 1 to 2 man operation right now. I do have another person who is a sous chef who comes and help me prepare some stuff and serve stuff at certain times. So I have to also put that into my cost. I have to put, if I do a pop-up, how much it costs me to use that location. All these things, you have to put, all of your cost in so you can actually make money. This is not about gross pay. Gross money that you make is about what you keep, your net, what you keep in your pocket. And we'll go into tax stuff later. I'm not a tax advisor, so I'm not advising you any taxable stuff to do. I'm just telling you what I do. But you have to make it work.
Take a slight right turn onto West Bluebell Road.
It's not worth it.
Continue onto North 3000 West.
You'll burn out of it, and you'll not make enough money. You'll go into debt for it. And I've seen it multiple times. People spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get started in something, and brand new. Don't even
continue
know
onto North 3000 West.
And it just doesn't make sense. So that's all I want to let you guys know. Happy New Year again from Bayou Bbq. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.
In half